Well, it's the start of May and already stuff is showing up. I wonder if this is going to be bits that I actually need this time. All the bits that were not urgent are the ones that showed up quickly, and the bits that were urgent have yet to show up. See what this is. Sewing machine parts, that's promising. This one I've been waiting about 2 months for. It's a gear, but I can finally finish the sewing machine. There is a timing belt coming as well for this sewing machine, but that's for a singer. I have one in the shed that belonged to the late mother of a mate of mine, and my wedding gift to him has been fixing that, but it's been long in the tooth. They're well married now. So, alright, let's see what this one's all about. Okay. Well, I gathered this is made in China. It seems to be the one thing they like to advertise, is everything is made in China. Alright. Now. Cool. Now, my helmet cam, I had one of these previously. I forgot, I lost this little plastic bracket off the back of this on my helmet cam, and this holds the microphone add-on for the GoPro. And this has got a little shoe adapter on here. That's pretty neat. Any case, that's definitely replacement parts. It only took 2 months to get here as well. Alright, let's see what else has showed up. Alright, we've had some donations. These ones have come from a mate, Terry is his name. And so we've got some LED marker lights. Oh, these are daytime running lights. There's some brackets and whatnot in here. I wonder how bright these are. Alright, we've got some test leads here. Let's hook up and see what happens. Now, often the red and the black are not as advertised in these. Sometimes they're backwards. Oh yeah. Yeah, not too bad. They'll be useful for something, I'm sure. Stick them on the Argo, maybe. But wait, there's more. There's a whole box of stuff. So I've got 2 sets of these. So there's another pair in there by the looks. These may be a different style. I don't know. Anyway, there's 2 sets of them. Now, also in the box, we have an inverter. I'm not sure if there's a pure sign. 4,000 watt. Yeah, I'm going to laugh a little bit at this being 4 kilowatt. Probably more like 150 watt, I'm going to guess. I don't know if it's going to be pure sine. It might be modified sine in this. We'll experiment with that in another video. Okay, what else have we got? A battery charger. This is a lead acid battery charger. These are all from the same mate, by the way. These are interesting donations. So this is 1.1 amp. I guess it's, it does 6 and 12 volt. There you go. Nice little charger. That will be handy for probably the Argo. And we have a solar regulator. I've had a few of these over the past. Yep, it's pretty much a standard little linear regulator. 30 amps. I reckon if I'm pulling 30 amps out of these, I'm going to be frying circuit board tracks off this. Yeah, 390 watt in. Yeah, I would agree you'd be very much pushing that through this thing. Anyway, what else have we got? We've got some stuff that has been a delivery. What have we got here? We have, this is from a different bloke. This was a donation on top of a purchase. This is a start solenoid suitable for my both my 4x4 and 6x6 Land Rover Perenti. And what else have we got in the box here? I have a big hunk of steel, and we've got some other bits and pieces. So we have a gasket. We have a banjo bolt, and we've got some spring washers. I all assume they're going to go with whatever this is in the paper here. This is a water pump for the 6-wheel drive Isuzu 4BD1T, which is the engine in my 6-wheel drive Land Rover. And this is just a spare. I don't know if I've got problems with the water pump yet. They had some temperature variations. I think it might be a sticking thermostat. We're going to change that first before I get into this. But handy, and he sold it to me for a bargain price, so we're happy with that. Let's get all this put back in the box. Okay, another delivery by way of my senior advisor has dropped in. This is a company apparently over in Ukraine that make these, and this one was a bit of a semi-request. I made a passing request that it'd be cool to have this. These are the U-Gears models, and they look pretty cool. This one is commemorative of the tractors taking the tanks home. So yeah, this will be interesting. I could, in theory, laser cut this sort of stuff myself, but at the same time, this one's sort of going to a good cause. I'm going to have a quick open of this and have a look. Okay, let's have a quick look. I will probably do a video on the assembly of this at some point too. I'm trying not to cut myself this morning. It is early morning and I'm not coordinated, so let's take the sharp thing out of the way. And we'll see if we can get into this box. Don't have much oil on the finger today, so thank you COVID era for losing all the grip on my fingers. Or hand sanitizer. We have some, oh, this is wax. Okay, that would make sense to help assemble stuff. So you get your instructions in multiple languages. I don't often see Polish on these things, but given that it's released in the Ukraine, that would make sense. Fairly useful Lego style instructions. That's improved since the last few that I've seen. And it's got its own stand. So we've got this. Oh, we've got a little bit of sandpaper too. 240 grit sandpaper. It's not too bad. I have some 300 grit in the shed that'll probably do a little bit better. This is nicely cut, and they've dropped out all the bits we don't need. And this is 2018 manufacture by the look of the, or maybe 2018 model that's on the back here. So yep. Actually, that would make interesting. That would be interesting. Oh, they've got a date here. No, that 2018 stamp has got me confused because the dates don't really line up there, unless they've been planning on stealing tanks since 2018 with tractors. But anyway, I will ask them about that later. Once upon a time in Ukraine. So yeah, and these come out fairly well. They've been cut very nicely. So yeah, all right. Well, we'll work on this in another video, I guess. We'll see how we go. All right, we had some more deliveries. This is some Dog and Gun Coffee Co. hot chocolate. We heard some mixed stories about the Dog and Gun Coffee Co., but we'll give this a try. We do have a favourite hot chocolate we like, but we'll give this one a shot. I found some military rope. This is the stuff that doesn't have the straight strands in the middle, and it's good stuff. I use it for a lot of things, but it's a proper woven rope, which is what I like. I found this little thingy over here, which is a little torch with a magnet on the side, and it lights up and suitably bright, and you can push this out and charge it up. That, I believe, is a magnet. I think it is. Okay, so we'll plug that back into charge, and we'll see we've got a couple of other things here too. What else is in this pile? Well, obviously something for my apprentice. We've got some volume limited kids headphones with unicorn style. I have a fairly similar pair of these to repair. She managed to snap the headband within 5 minutes of owning them, but those ones are only worth $3. And volume limited to 85 dB usually means they put like a 4 or a 6 ohm resistor in series with a ground circuit in it. Have a cheap calculator, not much to say about that. We'll probably open that up and see what that solar panel actually does in there at some point. And a decent pen. These Uniball i1s are very nice. I have another one of them up here that it's almost running out. So about $4 a pop or something. Anyway, we'll see. Oh, there is one more thing. This thing. Now, to tell you the backstory about this is an 85% wool blanket. Now, some years ago, I managed to purchase a 100% wool blanket, a really heavy, thick one, and it was Dutch military issue. I used to use it as a bit of heat insulation when I worked in a fire tower. Well, that fire tower had a pretty notorious history of getting broken into, and it got stolen. And finding anything similar to that has been nigh on impossible. I have a bunch of Vietnam era issue Australian wool blankets, but they're very thin, and they have the clips up the side. This thing is actually quite decent. Aussie Disposals finally have them, and for a reasonable price I'm going to go back and buy a couple more of these. They are magic for practically everything, but being such a high percentage in wool, they make a really good fire blanket in the bushfire seasons if you need to take refuge in a vehicle. But for the rest of the winter, they're very nice. Although I will probably be finding a bit of satin edging to take the rough edge off this, but it's good stuff. Alright, that's all for now. Wow, my senior advisor just dropped in another donation. This is an interesting thing. And I was talking about these to her the other day, and she said, oh, I think I know where I can get one. And apparently I can't get this open. Where is a pair of scissors? See if I can open it now. Alright. We're not going to reseal the bag, it seems. Okay. So this is a big chunk of pyro steel, and I mean a big chunk. It's quite nice. And so we've got the survival paracord set up here. It's all done up so you can unravel this and get a decent length of paracord. And there's a striker on here as well, with measuring and a bit of gripping here and a little spannery thing. It does a few different things. This I think is meant to match the profile of that, I guess. I don't know. Generally I need to get these in and sand this off so that you can get a good edge to actually strike on these. That isn't too bad, and I'm not going to do that in here because these put off lots of sparks and I don't want to melt my keyboard. But yeah, it is quite the nifty bit of gear. Definitely something that I will use. In any case, let's move on and see what else shows up. Alright, some final deliveries for the month. We have some cable, which is twin core red and black. Fairly decent stuff. 5mm tinned copper. We have a couple of Anderson plugs. They're good. And this, which if is what I think it is. I probably don't want to use scissors, or if I do I want to use it carefully. So let's see what we've got here. This is where I do something profoundly stupid and cut the contents in half to find out. Nope, it is what I thought it is. It's a Singer timing belt. I ordered this 3 months ago. I got to the 2-month mark and I said, hey, it hasn't arrived. And so they said, look, we'll send you out another one. So they did, and it's great. I've got another timing belt. Now I've just got to find a drive belt for that sewing machine. But good stuff. It's finally here. And in that ends this month's deliveries and donations. We'll look forward to the next one. Hope it was fun. See you in the next one.